Well, at this point, we all know that Nintendo does not like piracy at all. That much is very obvious. I even made a video just a few days ago about how Nintendo has recently busted an alleged pirate who was streaming these Nintendo games early, like before they even came out. There's other examples of this as well. We've all heard these stories. Nintendo is very protective of their copyright, their IPs, their games, etc. But it turns out, well, their techniques for fishing for pirates are getting far more advanced than they once were. Yeah, I'm talking they are searching Reddit posts now. And maybe on one hand, this is just kind of, hey, if you post stuff online, it is what it is. Or on the other hand, maybe this is just really over the top for Nintendo. It's kind of up to you to decide that. But this was all revealed in a big article that was posted yesterday on a gaming website called GameFile. Now, this all began in 2023, and when I say Nintendo searches these Reddit posts, that's actually not entirely true. They have actually outsourced a law firm from the US called Mitchell Silberberg and Knupp LLP. I probably really botched that pronunciation, but they are based out of California. And I guess Nintendo hired this law firm to search these quote-unquote free shops that essentially allow you to download these Nintendo Switch games online for free, probably as a sort of ROM, and I would assume a lot of these let you download them early, again, before they even come out, right? That has, unfortunately been a big issue recently for Nintendo in the past few years. And this is pretty interesting because this article details the story of one unfortunate man that went by Archbox. His real name, I guess, is James Williams. That's not me doxing anybody. That is all just public information now by this court filing that Nintendo has issued. So here's the thing. Yeah, this law firm was looking into things on these free shops, and essentially they were monitoring a subreddit that talks about pirating Nintendo games. I believe this is a subreddit that goes by the name Switch Pirates, and basically they located a Reddit post from 2015 by a user named Archbox. Basically, he talked about, stuff having to do with Switch piracy, and I guess for whatever reason, they decided to zero in on this one user, look at his post history. Now, I have to say, I would assume they probably did this with other users as well in this subreddit, but I guess Archbox is the one that they were able to kind of look more in detail at his post history and kind of find out maybe some things on his real-life identity to possibly press some sort of charges or issue some sort of a cease and desist. So anyway, they looked at his Reddit post history. They found that he posted in the Phoenix, Arizona subreddit. Now, in this court filing and what was dissected from the GameFile website, it's noted that there's kind of a gap of information here. So at this point, it's kind of unknown how they were then able to link this Archbox user that probably lives in Phoenix, Arizona, to the name James Williams. That's quite unclear right now. But somehow they were able to make that connection. And then they saw that a James Williams in Arizona was linked to at least 2 Nintendo accounts, where I guess at least one of them actually put in a request for a Nintendo repair. Oh, actually, yeah, okay, I looked at this again. Yeah, 2 repair orders were actually put in allegedly by this James Williams from Arizona to Nintendo's official system. So therefore, they were able to get his actual address. So apparently, 2 days after sending him back his repaired console or item or whatever it was, they then sent him a cease and desist letter in the mail. Now, allegedly, James Williams responded to this cease and desist and basically said that he would cooperate with all of these demands, but I guess he then kind of ghosted Nintendo and didn't really follow through with the official sort of things he was supposed to do to make an official filing in the court system, and therefore a sort of what's called a default judgment has, I guess, now been issued that is now in Nintendo's favor. Now, I don't know if this means that James Williams could have just kind of gotten away with it if he would have just complied with these demands. He wouldn't have been actually sued by Nintendo and everything could have just been cool for him. Yeah, I really don't know if that was going to be the case, but I think things would have probably ended up a lot better for him had he complied, because now that he is allegedly not complying, well, things are now in Nintendo's favor, and I think it sounds like things are going to now move forward in this court proceeding, and it probably, well, it will not be in James Williams' favor. And you know, I have to say, the video I made a few days ago about that Nintendo streamer that got caught by Nintendo, you know, for that I have a much different attitude. That guy was being like braggadocious and irresponsible, and like he was egging Nintendo on, actually. So in that case, I think he got what he deserved, but in this case with Archbox or James Williams, I mean, yeah, it sounds like he at some point stopped complying and stopped replying to Nintendo. So if that is true, there's definitely some level of non-compliance on his part, which probably isn't very smart, unless he's maybe getting a lawyer and, you know, maybe he's going that route, who knows. But like, that being said, I mean, it just goes to show you gotta be careful if you're gonna do stuff like this. I mean, this guy had his Reddit post history out there that really narrowed down where he was in the world, and he basically doxed himself. I'm not endorsing any kind of piracy, don't get me wrong, but again, kind of like what I said with that streamer from a few days ago, I mean, if you're gonna do something like this, you're just not going about it in a very smart way. Again, not endorsing it at all, but yeah, just saying. This is another piracy Nintendo court sort of story that I now want to follow. It's very interesting following all of these stories. At this point, it's becoming like a saga. Like, somebody just has to document all of this in like a huge book or something. One thing is for sure, Nintendo does not take piracy lightly. I would say the Nintendo Switch era of Nintendo has been the biggest era of, I would say, Nintendo fighting back against piracy. So with their new console that they are going to announce probably very soon, I can only guess that that battle is going to continue to be fought by Nintendo.